Hey, it's me, Melanie Dawn, and I'm actually speaking to you in real time. I should be getting my microphone in soon, so we'll see how that goes if I can talk and practice at the same time. And I was really thinking about what I enjoyed most about teaching live is that when the students are holding the posture, I can just read into their bodies and start cueing from their bodies. And my classes were always deemed hard. And now I know why. Because as I'm holding the posture, because I know I'll have a lot to say, I'm like, man, I hold people here a long time. But all good. What happens, and I want you to note this too. I don't know if I've talked about it up until this point, but if I have, to reiterate it again, when we have those long holds and those long poses, it gives us an opportunity to not think about what's next and to think about what is. And often that'll be where we start to experience the most struggle in our practice, is not by a dynamic sort of cardio filled practice, but more of a slow, steady, strong practice. And this is called a sthira practice. But even within that strong and steady practice, there is room and space for softness. And that softness can come in as compassion to yourself, is that and not like the listening to that old programming of I can't do this, but is this harmful to me right now? That's a better probably question to ask yourself. Is this harming me more than it is helping me? If you are in pain, I would say, don't forego the rest of the challenge by pushing through one point. Listen to your body and use these long holds to just even gauge where your practice is right now on this day. It doesn't have to compare to anything, but how do I feel inside my practice today? How does my body feel? Where is needing nourishment? And so today is just a mindset and wellness day. And I'd love for you to get outside because I know how important, and I know there's studies. When you get to know me, you'll know I read a lot, I take in a lot of information, but I consider it all straight from source. So I don't really pay too much attention of where, which sorry. It's just like, it's not my thing. So I take in a lot of information, and I know that it's even proven by studies, and I also don't care about this. So that's probably why I don't listen or pay too much attention, because I know that when I get out in nature, that I can be having the most incredibly tired day. Everything seems to be kind of stacking up against me. It feels like I'm going against gravity. And we have, down from where I live, this beautiful forest, and it's no trespassing, but I do. And I go back there, and it is so beautiful. It is you are in the middle of like the outside, you're just outside of town, but you go in and the trees are full. In the summertime, you can't even see anything. It's like you've just gone into another world. And when I go into that place, it changes, I feel like, my brain frequency. It changes my energetic biography. It changes everything. And the only time I don't feel better is when I don't go. When I tell myself, oh, it's all just a hoax. That's a waste of time. That's because I'm choosing to feel bad, right? I'm like, and that happens. Like, I will have days where I choose to sit in a sinking feeling and to be there. That's also part of the yin yang, sthira sukha of life, the duality of what is. And even the way that I go out into the forest and I say I feel great, and then I'm pushing away the feeling of fighting against gravity as though it's bad. Even in that, we choose our duality of what is deemed good and what is deemed bad, and we suffer for one and suffer to get away for the other. So today, if you can, take 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes and go outside. And if you can, be by trees, sit in a garden, or you know what I found I liked about hospitals, and I don't know if they all have it, but I think at the root of healing is nature. And at this one hospital, I think it was Foothills in Calgary, you go into this brick room and it is filled with big, huge plants. And I can tell you that if that, like, that would be where you'd want to be. That would be, it didn't feel like a hospital at all. It felt like healing. And I think that's weird that I would say hospital doesn't feel like healing, but it feels like fixing, I guess. And then in there, it felt like healing. And to just be able to be part of that in some way, being outside, if you live in like an urban center filled with concrete, maybe take a moment to close your eyes if there's somewhere safe that you can do that, and just breathe in the nature that exists within the walls that are around you, the plants that people are caring for, the trees that are cared for in that small independent section, and use the energy that you have to spread that out amongst that center, because it probably needs a little bit of a boost. I'm very much an energetics person. If you don't know me, this is who I am. I'll talk about that in everything. So today, a walk outside in nature if you can. Open a window in your house if you're not able to get outside, or close your eyes and do a meditation of being outdoors. Plant yourself in a visual where you are immersed in nature. Maybe your favorite aspect of nature is water, feeling waves roll over you as you lay and the sun hits your face. Or another good visual to take with you, which would be probably in some people's preference of bad, but a fresh snowfall, bare feet, and what it would feel like to step across the snow in your bare feet. I think that's in my good preference, but I know there's lots of people who are averse to cold. Let me know how this day goes for you, please. I'd love to hear it, what you chose to do, how you chose to spend your mindful moments today. You can comment under this video on YouTube, or send me an email. I'd love to see your comments. The more comments, the more engaged other people are going to get, and the bigger the community that will form. And I'd love to really get to know you guys. So feel open to sharing as much as you'd like, and I'll see you tomorrow.